Alright, hey guys, what's up? So today we're gonna do like another product review on a DJI Mavic Mini. I know you've probably seen like 9 million of them, but what the heck. Here's my opinion. So here we go. Mavic Mini. If you can't guess it already, this is the Fly More combo. So comes pretty good with everything you need. You get 3 batteries. Well, you know what? Let's just show you what it comes with. Open this bad boy up. So the case is pretty nice. It's durable. It's got all this great little padding in here. Definitely not cheap. Zippers are good. Well, one zipper I should say runs around, but it holds everything you need to go to the field. So Fly More combo comes with this handy dandy charging case that holds the 3 batteries that it comes with. You push the button, you can tell how your batteries are doing. You got 2 full batteries and 1 battery that I flew on today for a good 15 minutes, and you can see it's still got 3/4 charged. So that's awesome. Inside, you'll also have your charging pack, charging cables. It only really has one micro USB to a USB, but you kind of need both of them because your charger has to plug into your controller and to your Mavic. So here it is. This is what you got. Some other things that I use, I have the lightning adapter for my iPhone XR. It comes with a bunch of other accessories, like you have props, you have a screwdriver to get your prop off, you have some other adapters for any type of phone you have, and it's cool because everything has these like QR codes, so you can just kind of scan them into your phone or however you scan, and you can get your extras really quickly from the website. I'm pretty sure it's easy to get these things as well, if you didn't know what to get. You also get these little joys. I guess these are the thumb knobs for your controller. Those are extras in case you lose them because they are pretty small. So here's your joy. Really cool. You have everything folds into itself, so it becomes pretty compact. Here are your antennas. You have 2 of them, left and right, and they can be adjusted to any way you want them to be, depending on where you're flying. So if it's in front of you, you want them like this. So obviously you have that kind of direction. If it's straight up on top of you, you can flip them down. Very simple to use. It opens right up, so you can fit like giant, I don't know, X Maxes if you have, or the smaller phones as well to adjust. And the controllers for your thumbs are nice and tucked in right underneath there, so you can just kind of pop those out, screw them in, and they hold really firm in there. They kind of have a good, nice click, so they're not really like jumbling around and falling. Some things I kind of forget to do is take them out and I put my phone in there, and then it kind of doesn't seat all the way, and I'm like, what's going on? Anyways, that's what's going on. It's me. So, just to quickly show you how everything fits. You want to take your case off your phone because it won't obviously go in very well otherwise. Next thing you do is you want to plug in your adapter, put your phone into the holder, nice and easy. Slide everything together, and then kind of just, last thing is to pop it in there as well. And then you can fire anything up. And there we go. So we're ready to connect to your aircraft. Turning everything on is the same thing for your controller as the Mavic. You push the power bar once, you can see how much battery is in your controller, you push it again, hold, and it fires up. And now it's ready. Pretty easy to do. The software, I'm not going to get into it, is actually awesome. It's pretty easy to use. It's got a lot of great features. You can edit on it. You can get your maps, and it saves quickly what you have done. I didn't think it would, but you know, if you're not downloading, that's okay. But you can always go into your album, and like a lot of the things that you have done are in there. And they're not showing to the highest resolution, but it gives you an idea, and you can share them with friends or family. So in case they want to see what you've been up there, and then you can create on your phone as well, like I said. But this is great. And I love that you can see, you know, what's around you. So for example, where you can and cannot fly is really good. So you can see here, obviously it's just, this is like a warning zone, not a good idea. And you can click on it and it could tell you, you know, what's happening with that type. It's an authorized zone. Sometimes they'll allow you to unlock it and you have to provide some information, which isn't too bad. Sometimes you can't. But that's all good because, you know, smart flying is safe flying, right? Anyways, so there's that. And then turning it off, same thing. Tap again and hold, and it kind of shuts itself down. So that's the controller. let's move on to the Mavic itself. So this is a very, very light machine. And because Mavic, or DJI I should say, had this task of making a quality drone that met a very specific weight, which was, I believe, 249 grams. A lot of the materials on here, they feel very, I guess, just flimsy. You know, there's a lot of give in the arms. There's foam packed in the arms, which is probably good for vibration. Even the propellers are very, very light and flexible. But again, it's all to design. Like, you can't have a very stiff, rigid body that feels like a very quality machine and make that certain weight limit, which is, of course, 1 gram under being what you need for a registered drone. So this thing, you don't have to register. You can fly it pretty much anywhere you want, obviously, as long as it's safe and it's not restricted. And you won't have the hassle of, getting a license if you're in a certain country, or, like I said, registering it with the FAA, because it's to that certain weight. So when I hear you guys complaining about how this thing kind of feels cheap, be grateful. It's for a reason. Gimbal comes with a pretty cool cover. Again, very easy, pops right out. And then you got your 3-axis gimbal. And the camera is amazing. So I've been shooting in 180p. A lot of guys can shoot in 2K, which is great. But, I mean, I'm not shooting anything crazy or cinematic. So 180p is great. And it puts, hardly any dent on my SD card, which goes right here. So you have your micro SD card. This is where you would plug in your Mavic if you charge the battery directly from it, and then the case for the battery goes right in there. So everything slides together really nice and easy. Very compact design, very well thought out. It's got sensors on the bottom, so if you're not using GPS location indoors, it can see the floor, and obviously you won't be crashing into things. And it's funny because you kind of forget that they're there. So when you're landing, it sees your hand if you're going to grab it out of the air and kind of jumps from you unless you're holding those sticks down. So that's just something to think about, and obviously to get used to when you're flying. But other than that, this thing is unbelievable. I've taken it out a handful of times. I haven't had any real complaints to share about it. I have some footage which I'll share with you of me flying and gusting winds. You get these reports on your phone, gusting winds, think about bringing it back to home immediately, so on and so forth. But I gotta be honest, this thing is crazy in wind. It's super light, but those motors are very strong. And I mean, not to toot its own horn, but it's quite capable of flying in some serious wind. Like much more serious than I would, even dream of taking it out in. But it hasn't gotten away from me yet. And as long as you're in, obviously, line of sight, which is something that we here in the United States have to do, you shouldn't have a problem with, obstacles and around it. Just, obviously be safe and conscientious of what you're doing. And that's pretty much it. So you can go out there and find a million other product reviews. I love this machine. I think it's great. I have other drones much larger than this. I don't really do a lot of aerial photography. This is just kind of a fun hobby for me, chasing my kids around the park, looking at things like that. But this is pretty cool. I'm excited to take it this summer to go fly over the ocean with my boat and get some cool footage of that. Hopefully I won't lose it because it is not waterproof. But other than that, it is definitely something you want to get into if you're thinking about just something to go around and play with and get a lot of really cool shots, because it does take amazing photos. So here's an example of what this drone can do. We went out, had a little snow last night, good 5 inches, so why not go sledding? It was a good breeze, maybe gusting at 20 miles an hour. I had it in C mode, so nice, slow, cinematic video, and as you can see, everything's nice and clear, no jumping around. That gimbal, that 3-axis gimbal, does a really great job of keeping everything very stable, very smooth, and as you can see, it's just a beautiful picture. Alright, so here's just one more example of really cool video at a park. Uncanny this day. It was very warm and beautiful. I mean, we just had to be out. And again, extremely windy, but as you can see, not a problem. It was able to handle the wind in C mode. Everything was very nice, smooth, and cinematic. Alright, hope you learned something, and if you get a Mavic, enjoy it. Thank you.